Most remote workers pick a neighborhood the wrong way. They search Zillow, they look at prices, and then they pick the one with the prettiest kitchen. Then they make the move and they realize that the internet goes out every Tuesday afternoon. Couple that with the wind rearranges all the patio furniture every month. And then the closest grocery store is a 20-minute round trip. That's not a neighborhood problem, that's a research problem. Hi, I'm Chris Raynor and I've been selling real estate for 21 years. I moved here from California myself. I know this market from both sides of the transaction. And today, I'm gonna give you the breakdown that most relocation videos never touch. Not just which neighborhoods look good on camera, but which ones actually work the best for those of us who work from home. We're gonna cover infrastructure, internet, wind patterns, the airport access, taxes, and the 4 neighborhoods that consistently make the most sense for remote workers at different price points and different lifestyle priorities. So stick around. There's a section in here that most relocation channels never even touch. We'll get there. So quick housekeeping. This video is for a very particular buyer. You're earning at least 6 figures or more. You're in California, maybe Washington, Texas, Colorado, and you've been working remote for at least a year. You're not broke, you just started doing the math. And the math in California just gets harder and harder every month to justify staying there. And Reno starts looking better every time you run those numbers. If that's you, welcome. Let's get into it. Let's start with the non-negotiable, and that's internet and power. You need internet that actually works for you and doesn't look like you're broadcasting from a submarine. Reno's spectrum has gig speeds across most neighborhoods. AT&T fiber is expanding heavily in South Reno with speeds of about 300 to 1,000 megabytes per second is common depending on your area. The question I generally get from most remote workers: can I run Zoom, upload big files, and have my family streaming without all of it melting down? In Somerset, South Reno, and Damonte Ranch, generally yes. But with some of the older pockets, we actually check that on an individual basis for that address, which is something that we do for you. It's part of our job. We also want to cover airport access because yes, even remote workers still travel. Quarterly business trips and meeting with clients still are a thing. Well, the Reno International Airport has direct flights into San Francisco, LA, San Diego, Seattle, Phoenix, Denver, Dallas, Chicago, and now even with seasonal service right directly into New York City. And here's the part that a lot of people forget to mention. The airport from most of these neighborhoods is only 15 to 25 minutes away. Compare that with the 90-minute slog that you get from trying to get into SFO just to get into even a longer line. You're welcome. Another one's taxes. This is the quiet driver. I hate to bring this up because most people view this as a sales pitch. It's not. It's just simply the math. Nevada has no state income tax, no corporate tax, no franchise tax, and no inheritance tax. Property taxes on most properties have an effective rate of roughly 0.5 to 0.7% here in Washoe County. We also have a constitutional property tax cap, and there's no Mellorews. So for most Bay Area earners at $300,000, this is tens of thousands of dollars that you would save every year. That's not my opinion. That's not hype. That's just math. A lot of my clients feel like they got a raise without a different job because they kind of did. Another question I get asked is, what about economic stability? I know, you're a remote worker, so why do I care about the local economy? Well, that matters because there will come a day where you need to sell that house. Reno's anchors are the Tesla Gigafactory, Google Data Center, Switch, Panasonic, and UNR. Washoe County has added about 70,000 new residents with even more coming. That is sustained growth, not a boomtown flash that disappears because the mine closed. Reno has real structural legs now. Coming up, there's one thing about Reno's geography that nobody brings up in the relocation space. And if you pick the wrong neighborhood without knowing this, you're gonna regret it before your first winter ends, and that's coming up next. So real quick, let's talk about the climate facts because you don't wanna get blindsided with this. Reno has about 300 days of sunshine, 4 actual seasons, and the elevation is about 4,500 feet at the base. The elevation thing is real. The first couple of weeks after you move, you might feel shortness of breath, mild headaches, weird sleep. It will pass. Just drink water and you'll be fine. Also, wildfire smoke is a real thing here for late summer. I'm not gonna pretend that it isn't. Some years are worse than others, and some years it's not an issue at all. But so is the San Francisco air quality. At least ours is only temporary. Now, let's talk neighborhoods. 4 of them to be exact. Each one of these serves a different kind of remote worker. Stay with me because the last one actually catches most people off guard. Also note that our snow table's at about 5,000 feet, so if you get anywhere near there, you will deal with a little bit more snow. Now, on to our neighborhoods. Okay, this is the segment that I promised you. Nobody in the Reno relocation sector is really talking about the wind. So I will. Reno is not uniformly windy. Geography is geography. Windstorms cross the Sierra Nevada. Air funnels go through specific corridors created by mountain gaps and desert basins. Pick the wrong neighborhood without knowing this, and your patio furniture becomes a neighborhood gift program. But here's the quick breakdown that a lot of buyers looking to relocate ask. Washoe Valley is situated between the Carson Range and the Virginia Range. It creates a Venturi effect that accelerates winds through the valley. The elevation there sits right at about 5,050 feet, and we get commonly in winter storms wind gusts of up to 40 to 60 miles an hour. NDOT regularly issues high wind warnings on 395 and shuts this down on the highway to tractor trailers and tall vehicles. It's a beautiful area. There's even whitecaps on Washoe Lake when Reno looks completely calm. So if you're looking to buy acreage here, that's just part of the deal. Then we have the North Valleys. That's Lemon Valley and Stead. It's a high desert basin with long obstructed fetches. The elevation here is at 5,000 to 5,200 feet of elevation. And the Reno Stead Airport, which is up in this area, commonly refers to 35 to 50 mile an hour wind gusts during storms. Residents in this area consistently report heavier dust and stronger gusts of wind than in central Reno. It's great for budget buyers because it does run about 30 to 50,000 less than a lot of areas in Reno. But eyes open. Then we have ArrowCreek and Galena. It's high along the eastern slope of the Sierra Nevada. The elevation in this area runs between 5,200 feet to 6,200 feet in this area. You trade some wind exposure for views that make your Zoom backgrounds look fake. I'll let that be your call. Then we have South Verdi. This is the Truckee River Canyon corridor. Winds accelerate along the I-80 near Verdi during incoming storms. Simple frame for all this: cold fronts crossing the Sierra creates pressure differentials between California and Nevada. That pressure has to go somewhere. It goes through those gaps. It's just physics. Knowing this before you buy is the difference between being informed and annoyed. First one on the list, and it's quite the popular one, is Somerset. You get views, it's calm, and it has a quiet infrastructure. Here's why remote workers constantly gravitate to this one. There's elevated positions which give you mountain and city views that genuinely improve your mental state when you're working all day. It's quiet. Not it's quiet until Friday night quiet, actually quiet. Fiber internet available in many of these sections, but not everywhere, so we'll verify based on that particular address. With Somerset, you get a clubhouse, a gym, a pool, walking trails without ever leaving the neighborhood, and you're only about 15 minutes from downtown if you ever feel like you need to be around people. The price range in this neighborhood is going to run you between about $600,000 to $1 million. Worth noting, Somerset is in the northwest Reno along the Sierra foothills. Interior streets are calmer. The ridgeline properties can catch more wind on the big storm days. It's not a deal breaker, just worth knowing before you pick the lot with the best view. The trade, you're not walking to coffee shops from here. You're driving, and if that matters to you, then this is not your neighborhood. If it doesn't, then Somerset is hard to beat. Next on the list is Damonte Ranch. It's practical, modern, and actually convenient. People underestimate how much daily friction matters when you work from home. And when your commute is zero, everything else in your day gets a little bit more weight. Here, you're going to get newer construction and less maintenance surprises. You have reliable high-speed internet, and AT&T fiber is expanding in this area significantly. Grocery, restaurants, and gyms are all within a short drive. So you don't have to plan your drive like it's a military operation. It has excellent freeway access without living on top of the freeway. And from here, you can get to Tahoe in about 20 minutes. Price range in these neighborhoods are going to run right between about $600,000 to $1.2 million. This is the neighborhood where most of my California transplants end up landing, because once they're actually here and living it, then convenience wins. Third on the list is Midtown or Old Southwest. It's a different energy for a different buyer. If you're the kind of remote worker who needs ambient noise of a coffee shop to actually be productive with the sound of keyboards, espresso machines, and low-stakes ambient chaos, Midtown was built for you. It's walkable, actually walkable, not technically walkable if you like crossing highways. It's historic homes with character and actual yards. Restaurants, bars, and local shops are all within walking distance. Reno's creative community is centralized right here. Price ranges are $500,000 to $1.5 million depending on the street, neighborhood, and condition of the property. The trade is, well, you're getting an older home that will require probably a little more maintenance and more personality. It just depends if you see those as the same thing. Also, no HOAs in most of these areas. For some people, that's a feature. For other people, well, it's a warning. And fourth on the list is ArrowCreek. You're going to get privacy, luxury, and the zoom background that needs no filter. I'll also be straightforward here. This is the neighborhood for a very specific type of buyer. So if you need privacy, space, and a home that actually functions as a productive workspace, ArrowCreek checks a lot of boxes. You get guard-gated community with actual security, not just a sign that says stay out, this is private. The lots are larger, the homes are larger, and there's room for a real home office, not just the corner of the guest room. There's incredible valley views from most of these properties. You get a private club with golf, a pool, and a gym. The elevation in this area ranges right at about 5,200 to 6,200 feet in elevation. Price ranges in most of these neighborhoods range between $1 to $3 million. Wind note, yes, it's elevated. And yes, you will get more wind than central Reno. The views are proportionate to that trade. Most of my clients in this range say the same thing after they move. They didn't realize how much the California noise, literally and figuratively, was costing them. And before I give you the final breakdown, there's one thing I want to address. And this comes up from almost every conversation of relocating professionals. It's also the reason why most people wait longer than they should to make this relocation. The real comparison is that Reno housing runs about 30 to 50% less than the comparable property in the Bay Area. Then we layer on the no state income tax on top of that. A lot of people feel like they ran the numbers the wrong way. They check the system again, and look at that. Same results. I had a client run the numbers last year who stated that I thought I was going to get a downgrade. Their savings rate went up 40%, and that's not from sacrificing anything. All they did? Stop the hemorrhaging. Then they got a lifestyle quality. They got the parts that the numbers don't catch. And this is where Reno surprises people who have not been here. Again, we're 25 minutes from Lake Tahoe. Multiple world-class ski resorts all within about an hour. We have hiking, biking, and paddleboarding all available to you on a Tuesday morning because you work from home. There's a lot less traffic than you're probably used to coming from any major metro. And we also have over 800 events every year, so Reno is not a sleepy town. So now you can control your schedule because your commute is zero, and where you live starts to matter in a way that it should. So if you're seriously considering this move, my team and I work Northern Nevada, Lake Tahoe, and all the surrounding areas. We help families every week dial in the right neighborhood based on their lifestyle and not just what they can afford. My wife Cindy has over 32 years in the industry, and I have over 21. So what this means for you is when we put the deal together, we're not guessing. We have years of experience. All of our details and contact information's down below in the description. Zero pressure. And if you're still in the research mode, then that's what this channel's all about. Now let me tie all of this together. I told you at the start of this video that most relocators pick a neighborhood the wrong way. Well, here's the right way. Somerset has views, quiet, fiber internet in most sections. It's best for executives and tech professionals who want to decompress and not just live. Then there's Damonte Ranch, which has newer construction, genuine convenience, and only 20 minutes from Lake Tahoe. This is best for couples and families who want a frictionless daily life. Midtown and Old Southwest is walkable, has character, and lots of community energy. This is best for entrepreneurs and creatives who need a little human proximity to think. And number 4 on the list was ArrowCreek. It's guard gated, has privacy, and serious square footage. It's best for high-income executives who need the home to do the heavy lifting. Reno scores strong on things that remote workers actually need: internet reliability, airport access, tax friendliness, and world-class outdoor lifestyle. So you'll have enough distance from everywhere and feel like you're somewhere. This is when you will work from home, where life isn't background noise anymore. It's the whole environment. If you made it this far, you're not casually curious. You're actually evaluating. So reach out, tell me your budget, your lifestyle, and whether you want mountain quiet or coffee shop energy, and we'll figure out which neighborhood actually fit. I'm Chris Raynor, your go-to realtor for all things Reno. We'll see you on the next one.